I'm not qualified. The topic I've chosen is exalted. So I seek your blessings. So we just had Ram Navami. So I'm going to speak on Ram's exile. Now we just had the transcendental kirtan. So I cannot match that. But what I'm going to speak is going to be painful. It's going to be painful, but that pain is transcendental ecstasy. So that's why I chose that topic. So I need your blessings. Today is Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Suvyas Puja. So Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki Jai. I dedicate this class to him, his health, and my parents' health. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Rasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranam Tatulyam, Rama Nama Varanane. Ramaya Rama Bhadraya, Ramachandraya Medhashe, Raghunathaya Nathaya, Sitaya Pate Namaha. So I think if we can get the kids, if they can also listen in, because it's just a pastime. So, who doesn't know the characters of Ramayana? Any refresher needed, or everybody knows the major characters of Ramayana? Yes? Yes. Okay, all right. So I don't need to get into those details. So we have 5 primary rasas, right? And those are Shanta, Dasa, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. But then there are 7 secondary rasas. They are the sthai bhava. They are also there. So these are the 5 primary and the 7 secondary rasas, right? And there are presiding deities. There are predominating deities for each of these rasas, right? The other rasas are like we have Balaram for Hasya rasa. Balaram is the predominant deity for Hasya. Kurmadev is for Adbhut rasa, like it's amazing. And then for Ram, the rasa is Karuna. Karuna means lamentation, sorrow. That's why I was saying that let's try to hear carefully. Again, I'm not qualified, but whatever I've heard from my senior Vaishnavas, from my Guru Maharaj, whatever, that I'm just trying to see, because it really touches the heart. And when this sorrow is there, we say, okay, why talk on sorrow? Why make people sorrowful? But that sorrow is going to get us closer to Ram, closer to Krishna, because that's not material sorrow. That's transcendental sorrow. So Ram is the presiding deity for Karuna, lamentation, sorrow. So we're talking about when Dashrath was getting old. And Dashrath had ruled for 60,000 years. Right? We know who's Dashrath. Dashrath is the father of Ram. So he's thinking, it's time for me to pass on the baton to my successor, right? And he has been getting weird dreams, very disturbing, recurring dreams. He's seeing the meteors flying in the sky, and then it's exploding on the ground, and there's darkness all around. And he's having these recurring dreams. And he consulted his astrologers, and they say there's something, a great calamity is going to befall on you. It could be your death too. So Dashrath wants to see now who can succeed him. He's contemplating on the qualities of Ram. At that time, Ram was 27 years old. And Bharat, his younger brother from the mother, and Shatrughna had gone to Bharat's grandfather on the maternal side, Ashwapati. So he had gone there. He's not in the kingdom. Ram and Lakshman are there, and they are treating everybody and they have taken up a lot of responsibilities in the kingdom, and they have become the lovable princes of the people. So Dashrath is contemplating on the qualities of Ram. How Ram is so humble. He's valorous like Indra. He's so powerful, but at the same time, he's so humble. His face is brilliant as the sun god. He never speaks a lie. He's always truthful. He's wise as Brihaspati. He's tranquil and soft spoken. And if we do a small service to him, Ram always recognizes that. And he thanks you for that. But he never talks back. Even if you make him, he doesn't get angry. He never retorts back. He's never influenced by envy. And he never speaks rudely. So Dashrath is contemplating on these qualities. And I think Ram would be the ideal king. So he calls his ministers and seeks their opinion. And they say, yes, you've made the right decision. And then Dashrath at that time is the emperor of the entire world. So it's not just he's ruling over Koshal, he's the emperor of the entire world. There are many other kings who are reporting up to him. They're giving the revenue to him. So he calls a meeting of all those nearby kings to seek their counsel. But in haste, he doesn't call Bharat and Shatrugna, or the grandfather, Ashwapati. So all the people have come there, and Dashrath is in the assembly, and Dashrath says that I'm getting old, and I thought I should make Ram as the Prince Regent. Prince Regent meaning Yuvaraj, the next in line. So if Dashrath dies or retires to the forest, Ram will become the king. And do you guys have any opinion about it? Or do you think somebody else is more qualified to be the king? Everybody says, no, Ram is perfect. Your choice is perfect. So be it, Ram be the Prince Regent. And Dashrath says, no, I want your opinions. Like, why do you think Ram is? He wants to hear glorification of Ram. The more you glorify Ram, the less it is. So lots of people keep on glorifying Ram. And then one of the kings and the Brahmins say, even though Ram, when he's coming in the city, sitting on an elephant, and a Brahmin is going by, he will ask, sir, how are you? How's your wife? Are your students okay? Are you able to teach them what you want to? Is everything going well? Ram is a prince. He doesn't need to talk to the Brahmins like that. Everybody loves that. He never talks badly. He is perfect in social settings. He knows what to talk exactly. So everybody's excited that Ram is going to be the Prince Regent. Dashrath then goes to Vasishtha. Vasishtha is the guru, the master, the spiritual master of Ram and Dashrath. So he says, can we do this installation ceremony tomorrow morning? And Vasishtha says, so be it. And then Vasishtha talks to Sumantra. Sumantra is the chief minister of the charioteer of Dashrath. And he says, start making preparations. At that time, Dashrath also calls Ram. And in front of the assembly, he says, Ram, I have decided that I'll make you Prince Regent. Here's some instructions. Now, Dashrath, as a father, is giving instructions to the son, saying, you're humble. You have so many qualities, but become more humble. Now, Ram is the epitome of humility. But as a father, Dashrath needs to give him some instructions. So he's giving these instructions. He's giving that, make sure you get the proper revenue, make sure your treasury is full, other instructions. And Ram takes those instructions gracefully. Now there is a festive atmosphere in the whole of Ayodhya. There are Vedic hymns being chanted. Everybody is decorating Ayodhya. The flowers are being, there are garlands being decorated. There's rangolis being put out. Everybody's waiting tomorrow morning is going to be Ram, their beloved prince, is going to become the prince regent. They love Ram. There's one person who is not happy, and that is Manthara. Manthara, there are two meanings. Manthara means one who walks slowly, and also the other mind is madness. Madness. So Manthara is the maid servant of Kaikeyi. She's a nurse. She has brought up Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi is the youngest wife of Dasharath. She is the favored wife of Dasharath. And Manthara is like, what is going on here? Why is everybody making so many preparations? Why is everybody in such a festive mood? So she asked one of the nurses of Ram. Ram is grown up, of course, but she brought up Ram like when he was a child. What is going on? Then that nurse says, you don't know? Ram is going to be installed as the prince regent tomorrow morning. Now Manthara is enraged. She goes to see her mistress, Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi is lying on a golden couch and eating fruits. And Manthara says, did you hear? Kaikeyi says, what? He says, oh, foolish woman, you're just enjoying here and you don't know what Dashrath has done. He's done it that you will be ruined. And Kaikeyi says, calm down. What is happening? Manthara says, you are from the royal family, but you're so innocent. You don't know that your husband, your beloved husband, has made a plan so that your family, Bharat, will be ruined, you will be ruined, because Ram is going to be installed as the prince regent tomorrow morning. Now, Kaikeyi loved Ram just like with Bharat. And Bharat also loved Ram just like his own mother, Kaushalya. So, there's no malice in Kaikeyi's heart yet. And it's a lesson for us. Manthara is bad association. Bad association can create such negativity in us. And bad association is just not people. It's also social media. It's also what you hear. And Manthara, there are two versions. Manthara was sent by the demigods to the house, to the kingdom of Dasharath, so that she can play this role and Ram can go to the forest. Otherwise, Ram would live there and he would forget that he had come to kill Ravan. And the other version is that Manthara was in Dwapara Yuga, was the wife of Kali Yuga, right? So the wife of Kali is sin, that is Manthara. So Kaikeyi says, that's a wonderful news. You made my day. She takes out a diamond-studded necklace, which is in gold, and she gives it to her. And Manthara takes that necklace and throws it on the floor. You foolish woman, you do not understand. If Ram becomes the prince regent, then what will be your position? You will be subservient to Kaushalya. Right now, you're the favorite queen of Dasharath. What will happen to Bharat? Bharat has equal right, like Ram, to become the prince regent and to become the king. Why is that? Your husband has chosen Ram. Remember, and again, there's a history. Why he's equally? Because in the Vedic culture, the eldest son becomes the king. Because when Kaikeyi married Dasharath, at the time, Dasharath didn't have any sons. Kaushalya was the elder queen. And Ashwapati, the father of Kaikeyi, had made an arrangement saying, my daughter's son will become the king. Then only I will give you my daughter's hand to you to marry. So Kaikeyi says, Ram is not like that. Even if he becomes the prince regent, he will take care of Bharat. He will treat me nicely. But Manthara keeps saying, you are gullible. You do not know the ways of life. If you were if your position is degraded, Mantra is thinking of herself because she is the maidservant of KK. If KK's position is degraded, her position will be degraded. She's the butt of jokes. She has a hunchback. When Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna were children, they used to take mud balls and throw on her hunchback. They used to play. And Kaushalya and KK even used to laugh. But KK used to protect her because she knew she's like a mother to her. So this churning is going on and going on, and the demigods are inspiring KK for her heart to change. KK says, I see it. The king says that I am his favorite queen, but now he's backstabbing me. The position of Kaushalya will be superior to me. And when Ram becomes the prince regent and when becomes the king, he might even banish Bharat. What will happen to me? What will happen to Bharat? And then Ram's sons will become the kings. What will happen to Bharat's sons? So what do you suggest, Mantra? Mantra says, and again, Mantra is inspired with the demigods. At that moment, she comes up with the plan. What you should do is ask that Bharat should be installed as the prince regent, and Ram should be banished to the forest for 14 years. And he should live like an ascetic, with wearing tree barks and eating fruits and roots. And then KK says, how do I do that? How can I make this happen? And now bad people will remember things. They have a great memory. And again, they will not pick the good things. They will try to find things from the past which are bad. So remember, one time KK, when Dasharath was called on to fight with the demigods in conjunction with the demigods against the demons, because your husband is such a great fighter, is a great warrior, you went along with him to the heavens. And Dasharath was wounded. And it was evening time. And the demons would come and devour him because he was wounded. But then you rode a chariot and you saved his life. And Dasharath said, I'm so pleased with you, I'll give you 2 boons. And at that time you said, I don't need anything now, but I will save this for later. Now is the time. Ask these 2 boons. All this cunningness is going on, and Mantra then says, the king will say so many things. He will say, no, don't banish Ram. He will say many things. I will give you this kingdom. I will give you this much jewelry. Do not sway from your position. Be firm. Because if Ram doesn't go to the forest, the people here love Ram so much, Bharat will never be the king. So you have to banish Ram. You have to exile him for 14 years. KK is saying, you are my true well-wisher. My eyes are opened now. Mantra says, now you should go to the sulking chambers, the Kop Bhavan, make your hair disheveled, put on soiled garments, and when Dasharath comes for his evening thing, just be adamant that you will not eat or do anything until these 2 boons are fulfilled for you. That's what she does. Pull on soiled garments. Her garland is crumpled. She goes to the sulking chambers. Her hair is are disabled, and she is lying on the mosaic floor and she's weeping. And now it's the evening time. Evening time, Dasharath had a routine that he will always go and see KK. She is the favorite queen. Kaushalya and Sumitra and the other 350 queens didn't get that treatment. Dasharath had 3 principal queens and 350 other queens. There's a story to that. We'll not get into that. So he comes. KK, and he's astonished. Why is KK not here? And the guards are not saying anything. Then he asks the guard lady, and she is humbly going down, and she is very sorry to say that Queen KK is in the sulking chambers. and she's angry. So Dashrath, it's odd. So he goes to the sulking chambers, and he finds Kaikeyi in such a state. He goes and he says, and he lifts her head on her lap and says, "What's happened? Who deserves punishment today? Who should I kill? Or who should I not kill? Have I done something wrong to you?" Kaikeyi doesn't say a word. Then he asks, "I will give whatever you need. I cannot live with you being like this. You're my favorite queen. I cannot see you like this. Ram is going to be installed as the prince regent and you're behaving like this. I want you to be happy. Please tell me, what can I do?" And Kaikeyi is now internally rejoicing now. Okay, now it's my turn. And she says, "Okay, if you make a solemn vow, then I will tell you." And then Dashrath, being attached to his wife, makes 3 solemn vows. Says, I love you, but more than that, I love Ram. On the name of the Ram, I make a promise that I will fulfill your wish. So he takes Ram's name 3 times, and it says, "I will fulfill your wish." And Kaikeyi says, in front of all the demigods, in front of fire, in front of water, in front of the Lokapals, in front of the whole universe, and in front of the Lord sitting in our heart, you're making a promise that you will fulfill my promise. So all these witnesses are taking heed of what you just said. Then she says, "Remember the time that I asked for 2 boons? Now my 2 boons are install Bharat as the prince regent and banish Ram for 14 years in the exile, wearing tree bark clothes and eating roots and fruits." Dashrath was taken aback. He falls down. He thinks, "Am I hallucinating? Is this a dream?" And he faints. Many, many times he faints. His attachment to Ram is so much. He cannot live without Ram. He faints. And he comes back to consciousness. And then he says, "Oh Lord, what a calamity," and again faints. Then he comes back to consciousness and says, "Oh wretched woman, what hath come into you? Is there an evil spirit in you? What has Ram done? Why are you talking like this?" She doesn't say anything. She has no emotions right now. Kaikeyi has no emotions. He keeps on saying, Dashrath keeps on saying, "Do you not think that Ram is the best person to be the prince regent? Ram loves you. Even you told me personally that Ram is worshipping you. He's serving you more than Bharat. Why are you talking like this? You want to kill me? Because Ram is like my life. If Ram goes to the forest, then I will not live." She's not saying anything. Dashrath again faints. Then he comes back from consciousness and says, I will not let this happen. I will not give you these 2 boons." Then Kaikeyi says, "If you do not fulfill my promises, I will take poison or jump into the fire or drown in the ocean." And Dashrath says, it's okay. I will not make this, this is unfair, this injustice to Ram. Then Kaikeyi raises her voice. "What happened to you? You are in the Raghu dynasty and all your ancestors have fulfilled their promises. There is this line, Vachan jai, pran jai, par vachan na jai. Meaning you can forego your life, but you will fulfill your promise. Everybody like if we take the example of Parshuram has a wife called Renuka, and one time Renuka, so this is what Keke is saying, that Renuka was one time going to the pond for taking a bath. She sees Gandharva. The Gandharva is attracted to Renuka, and Renuka feels she doesn't do anything, but she feels nice that Gandharva is attracted to me. But Parshuram's father, Jamdagini, he's an ascetic, he is powerful, he sees that through his mystic vision, and once Renuka comes back, he tells his sons, go kill your mother. She's not pious. All the other sons don't kill Renuka, but Parshuram kills her. And then he's very happy, Jamdagini, and he says, ask for a benediction. He says, put my mother's head on her body back again, make her alive, and that's what he does. So all your ancestors, there are so many examples where they have followed, they have fulfilled their promises. Why are you going back on your promise? If there's an assembly of sages, and if they ask, did you follow the truth? Did you follow the path of piety? What will you say? Why are you going back on your promise? You promised here 3 times you'll fulfill my promise, and you gave me 2 boons. If you didn't want to fulfill my promise, why did you give this empty promises? Dasharatha is shocked. He's bound by the code of morality, bound by the code of piety, bound by the code of truthfulness. And he has no choice. That at that time, Vashishta had come to the palace, and he asked Sumantra, the charioteer, the minister, to go and ask Dasharatha that he wants to see Dasharatha. So Sumantra comes to the quarters, and he's glorifying because he's happy. He's happy that Rama is going to become the king. Oh Lord, today is a beautiful day, and just like the sun is so powerful, you're like the sun, and your son is going to become the prince regent. And Dasharatha is sitting on the couch, and he says, Sumantra, today your words, your pleasing words are piercing my heart. It's piercing his heart. And he's crying, Ram, Ram. This is the first time Sumantra is seeing Dasharatha, his favorite master, in this condition. So he asked Kekai, why is my master so sad? Kekai said, he's not sad. It's just that he's been tired because he slept so whole, not like he's excited for Ram's installation. So he just wants to see Ram. Can you get Ram? Okay, so be it. He goes and gets Ram. He goes into the Ram's palace. The palace is beautiful. It's like the doors are 50 feet tall, made of oak trees. There's so many ivory things, jewelry. It's nothing. It's like if you compare the palace of Kuvera, it's as good as that. It's like a heavenly planet. So he goes to the inner chambers, and he asks for permission. Sita Devi is fanning Ram at the time, whisking the fan, and he says, Dasharatha and Kekai want to see you. And Sita and Ram is like, oh, my mother Kekai is wanting to make me the prince regent faster, sooner. My father can also not wait. That's why probably he's calling me. So he goes, and Sita prays to all the demigods, please protect him, and tells Ram that I want to see you, the prince regent installed, and in due course of time, I want to see you, the emperor of the whole world. She's praying, and she's telling him. Ram goes and comes to the sulking chambers, and Dasharatha is in a sorrow state. He's crying. He's just calling Ram, Ram. And He's not saying anything. Ram goes and bows down to his father, bows down to his mother. Ram asks Kekai, when I used to come, even if I did a mistake, my father used to come running and hug me. What is up today? Why is he not saying anything? Kekai says, it's nothing like this. But I will tell you, only if you make a solemn vow that you will fulfill what your father desires. And Ram says, of course, if my father is like my supreme lord, even if he tells me to leave Sita, I will leave. Can you please tell me what is bothering him? Is it that you spoke harsh words to him? Because he can see the tension. He can feel the tension. And then Kekai says, I had asked for 2 boons, and I've asked Dashrath that Bharat should be installed as the prince regent, and you should go in the forest for 14 years. Ram has no emotion. He just says, so be it. So be it. Mother, if you just needed these, why did you have to go to father? If you just came to me, I would just fulfill that. Why are you making father so anguished? Dashrath cries in pain. Ram falls down on the floor and again swoons. Again he's unconscious. Dashrath then gets up and says, Ram, you don't have to do this. This is my promise. But you don't have to do this. I will not let you go. If you go, then I will die. You don't have to do this. This is injustice. You're the rightful heir to the kingdom. Kekai again starts. We spoke about it for the morality, for piety purposes. Ram should follow the words. And Ram says, yes. For my father's fame, for keeping the dharma, I make a promise that I will go to the forest today. Dashrath is heartbroken. He knows that Ram is firm. He tries to sway him. Ram, please don't go. Ram doesn't. Says, I need some time, Mother Kekai, so that I can say my farewells to others, and then I'll come back here and I leave today. Can I have that much time? And Kekai is like, yes, please go say farewells. Now is the most difficult part. He goes to Mother Kaushalya, his own mother. Mother Kaushalya has been fasting all night because his son is going to be installed as the prince regent. There is a fire sacrifice in front of her in a room. All the Brahmins are there and they're chanting the mantras. Ram goes inside, bows down to Mother Kaushalya. And Mother Kaushalya is so happy. She has not heard this news. She goes and hugs Ram. Ram, come sit down on this jewel throne. This seat is jewel-filled throne seat. Sit down and break your fast. You have also been fasting. I want to see you. It's a great auspicious moment. Come sit with me for some time. And Ram says, how can I sit, Mom? How can I sit, Mother? I have been banished to go to the forest of 14 years, and Bharat is going to be installed as the prince regent. Mother Kaushalya falls down. Just like the ground has been taken, like from her feet, the ground has been taken off. She falls unconscious. Ram picks her up and says, Mother, this is for piety. I need to go because I have to fulfill the promises that my father made. And you should take care of my father. And 14 years will be gone just like this. I'll be back. And Kaushalya is heartbroken. What are you talking, Ram? If you go, I had been bad and I had no child for a long, long time. Now, if you go, that pain will be worse than when I had no child. I will not be able to live. Why are you doing this to me? If he's your father and you want to keep his word, I am telling you as your mother, you cannot go. You have to listen to my words. Ram says, Mother, I've already given my word to father, and I have to uphold the dharma. She says, just like a cow goes after her calf, if you go to the forest, I will go. Or otherwise, I will drink poison. And Lakshman is outside. He has not spoken anything yet. He is the favorite brother of Ram. His eyes are brimming with tears because Ram had not shown any emotions. Lakshman has been also controlling his emotions. But he cannot control it any longer. He comes inside. What has gotten into our father? He's senile, he's old, and he's lusty. He's doing this injustice to you. He takes up his sword. I will not let this happen. If anybody comes in between me and Ram becoming the Prince Regent, I will kill them. Whether it's my father, I will kill everyone. He's angry. He's hissing like a serpent. Kaushalya says, did you hear what your brother said? He's right. Ram says, see, Mother Kaikeyi has always loved me like her own son Bharat. It's not her that she's doing like this. It's the providence, it's the act of providence. Why do you think that she wants us to behave like this? And we are the body with the soul. We come together as relatives. Just like the sticks in a river come together, but then with the flow of water, then it'll go away. And these 14 years will go in quick time. Kaushalya keeps on repeating that I will die. Please don't go. And Ram, being the Maryada Purushottam Ram, he wants to uphold the truth. He wants to uphold the dharma. Gives many arguments. And then Kaushalya realizes that she cannot, he's immovable. He's on the path of dharma. He will not be moved. So she says, fine Ram, may you be victorious, may you be glorious. You can go. Now Ram has to do the most difficult thing. He has to go to Sita. This is the first time when he goes to her inner chambers, he shows some emotions. His head is hung low. Lot of stress on his face. He doesn't know how to tell this to his wife. Sita sees him. Why is no white umbrella? Why is there no servants behind you? What has happened? Why are you looking so stressed? Ram says, I have to go to the forest for 14 years and Bharat will be installed as the king. Just like a wind, a hurricane gushes the tree, she is like, what? What has happened? Sita says, what happened? And he explains, and he says, Sita, you please stay here, take care of Dasharath, take care of Kaushalya, take care of Sumitra, stay here and respect Bharat, because he's going to become the king. He will give you protection. Now this enrages Sita. Sita is dharmacharini, meaning who follows dharma. She says, why are you talking like this? I am your wife. It's wife's duty to follow the husband in times of happiness and distress. If you have to go to the forest, I will happily go to the forest. Why are you telling me to be in the protection of Bharat? You will not be able to protect me. You can't protect me. I will never be under the protection of any other man. Says, no, you have to understand the life of the forest is hard. Ram says that. There's so many thorns, bushes there. There's no good food to eat. You will have to sleep on the dry leaves. There's so many wild animals in the forest. How will you be safe there? You are a princess. You come from a royal family. I cannot let you live in the forest. Sita says, remember? I used to tell you, I want to go to the forest. And one of the astrologers even told me when I was getting married, about to get married to you, he said that you will have to live in the forest. And that is coming true. Ram says, no, I want you to serve my father and mother. Now she's angry. Sita is angry. She says, if my father Jana comes to know that you're doing this, he would say, did he marry you to a woman in the form of a man? You're not able to protect me? You cannot protect me in the forest? You want me to stay here with Bharat? He will protect me? Are you a woman? Sita is really angry because now Sita is taking the role of three people here. Sita is taking the role of a guru. She's even asking Ram to come to the path of dharma. Because a wife's dharma is to follow the husband. She's a conditioned soul where she's showing emotions. She's also, she's like the wife or the pure devotee of like the Lakshmi Devi. That like sunshine cannot live without the sun. She's showing these three positions here. Ram understands. He gives up, says, yes, you're right. You will you'll come with me, but you have to give away all your belongings and jewelry and everything. She becomes overjoyed. She's not attached to any of those things. She says, I will give up everything. And so she starts giving up everything. And now Ram comes out. And Lakshman is there. Lakshman says, if you've made up your mind, and if you want to go to the forest, I want to come with you. Bharat says, no. Ram says, no, you have to take care of our father and mother. Who will take care of Mother Kaushalya, Mother Sumitra? And then Lakshman says, Bharat and Shatrughna are devoted to you. They will take care of our mothers. And if they don't take care of our mothers, and I find that out in the forest, I'll come and kill them. Because the news will be spreading. If they're not taking care of our mothers, the news will spread and I'll come and kill them. But I cannot live if I do not go with you. And Ram understands the service attitude of Lakshman. Says, so be it. So now the three princes, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, are on foot, going to go to take final farewell from Dasharatha. The bad news spreads like wildfire. The whole city, which was filled with so much joy, now is cursing Kaikeyi, cursing Dasharatha. So what has happened? We will die without Ram. They have never seen Sita, because in those days the culture was a woman will not show their face. She's a queen, she's a princess. She will stay inside, or when she's going, it's covered. Now she's on foot and everybody can see her. All those three are walking to Dasharatha's chambers. Sumantra is there outside Dasharatha's chambers, and he says, Ram, Sita, and Lakshman have come. Dasharatha says, get them immediately. He calls for all his wives. Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi is there, and all the 350 other royal queens are there coming. And they are crying, wailing. And Dasharatha comes to greet Ram. He runs to greet Ram, but then he falls down, unconscious. He cannot bear the pain, he is unconscious. Kaushalya, Ram, and Kaikeyi want to pick her up. And as soon as Kaikeyi touches him, do not touch me, I disown you. He tells to Kaikeyi, I disown you. Then he sits down. Then Dashrath says, Ram, I made a promise. You did not make a promise. So I am instructing you. You make me a captive. You jail me and you rule the kingdom. I'm instructing you. Ram says, Father, please, I have to go to the forest. I have to uphold the dharma. Please let me go. Dashrath again swoons and falls down, again unconscious. At that time, Sumantra has been looking. He gets mad. And he looks at Kaikeyi. What a wretched woman you are. You're a murderess. You want to kill your husband? You want to ruin the whole dynasty? You do not understand Ram is the life of everybody here? Why are you banishing him to the forest? Kaikeyi, no emotions. She doesn't show any emotions. Dashrath again comes back from consciousness and he's finally ready that you should go. It's okay. And then Ram tells the servants, please get the 3 garments. And Kaikeyi is ready. She's prepared the garments herself. She gets the 3 garments. So Ram, Lakshman take off their royal garments, put on the 3 bar. Sita is struggling. She's never worn them. Vashishta is there. The Guru is there. And he gets mad at Kaikeyi. What are you doing, Kaikeyi? You're supposed to give jewelry to your daughter-in-law. You're giving 3 bar garments to your daughter-in-law? You're going to ruin the whole dynasty. Again, no emotion from Kaikeyi. Ram is helping Sita tie the garments. And Sita says, I must follow my husband. He's going to go in 3 garments. I'm not going to take any garments. And Vashishta is angry. He leaves. And Dashrath is so much in pain to see her daughter-in-law in the 3 bar garments. And that time Sita understands that she should at least make sure that this is not going to cause so much pain. She says, okay, I will take some simple clothes with me. So the only things they're taking to the forest is their weapons, the bow and the sword. Sita's in a basket, the garments, and a spade. They give everything to charity. A lot of people, again, I'm going faster, meaning there's so many details. They give everything in charity. And they are about to leave. Dashrath says, all the best merchants should go with them. The whole treasury will go with Ram. He should not feel, it's not like he's going to live in a forest. And Kaikeyi now speaks. What will Bharat rule? How will Bharat rule if you're divesting the whole kingdom of its wealth? You cannot do that. Ram says, yes, as per the codes of the forest rule, I will go as an ascetic. I will not take anything with me. Ram then says, Dashrath says, Sumantra, make the best chariot ready. And the chariot is ready. Lakshman bows down to Sumitra, his mother. And Sumitra is so powerful. She says, when I got the payasam, when I got the prasadam when I was getting pregnant, I prayed to the Lord that whoever son I get should become the kingdom of servitude. He should always serve the Lord. And this is what is happening today. You're the king of servitude, and your subjects are your senses and in your body, and you're controlling all your senses. Now, when you go to the forest, treat Ram as your father, Dashrath, Sita as your mother, and your forest as Ayodhya. How exalted that mother is. She is happily living. And in the background, when Lakshman went to Sumitra, to his wife Urmila. Previously, I'm again rewinding back. Sumitra is beautiful. She has so many qualities. One of the qualities she has, she paints beautifully. She was painting Ram's coronation. She was painting Ram's beautiful picture and with Sita, beautiful picture. But as soon as Lakshman comes, she gets startled and the colors fall on the painting and the whole painting is ruined. And then she says, I was preparing this coronation gift for Ram. Now this is all ruined. And Lakshman says, you can give this after 14 years because Ram is now going to the forest and I am accompanying him. Urmila says, I understand your service is to your brother and my service is to you. If like Sita, I tell you that I will come with you, then you will neglect your duty to your brother. And Ram will not be happy if you're neglecting me. So my service is, I will let you go and I will do my service from here. You become glorious, you always serve Ram and Sita, you can go. How beautiful, how exalted that wife is. She's thinking of her husband saying, you will serve Ram and Sita. So everybody in this illustrious family is so noble except Keke. Now the chariots are ready. Dashrath says, Ram, can you please stay for one more day so that I and Kaushalya can spend some time with you? And Ram says, no, father. He doesn't want to prolong the anguish because there's so much pain. No, father, I need to leave now. Ram gets on the chariot. They're leaving. And Dashrath is saying, stop. And Ram is saying, keep moving. If father tells you later that why didn't you hear, you tell him that I did not hear. The people of Ayodhya are on the streets. They're going with Ram. They're going with Ram. And Ram is asking Sumantra to go faster and faster. But then he sees that the elderly Brahmins are struggling to keep pace with Ram. And there Dasharath is running after Ram. And the ministers, they are telling it's inauspicious. As a king, you should not run. You should go a little bit, but you should not keep running. So he comes back. But there's no such restriction on the residents of Ayodhya. They keep running. And Ram sees the elderly Brahmins are struggling. So he gets down from the chariot. And then he starts walking with them. So this is how they progress to the Tamasa river. I will stop here, but the lesson here is bad association. Bad association, like mantra, it corrupts us. The other thing is, there's transcendental ecstasy in Ramayana. Even though Ram is the presiding deity of sorrow, when you read Ramayana, you feel so much pain. Of course you feel so much pain. There are many devotees who don't want to look at the deities of Ram, Sita, Lakshman, but there's so much pain. It gets you closer to Ram. So when we read Ramayana, we see how much noble character they have, and we can follow their footsteps. Again, we cannot imitate them. So again, their story is long, but I just wanted to that this touched my heart. So I wanted to share that. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Ram Sita Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So any questions or comments? Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the class. I have two questions. One of them is about the time of exile in the forest, so 14 years. Where did that number come from? How was that?
So in the Manu Samhita, it is said that if you have a property and you don't claim the property for 14 years, then you have no right over the property. That's why 14 is very significant in that matter, because any less, he can still claim that he is going to become the king.
And then my next question is about so when this story is told, like it's shown that Kaikeyi has no emotion despite all that's happening, despite all the blasphemy she's getting. But is there any recount of her feeling guilt that she caused this situation?
Yes. There is, once Dashrath passes away, she cries at that time. And then I wanted to share one thing, right? When Ram was a child, again, Kaikeyi loves Ram so much. Ram was a child, he used to play with Mother Kaikeyi. So one time, he comes from behind and closes her eyes. And he says, Mother, who is it? And Kaikeyi knows it's Ram, but she says, Bharat. And okay, you're wrong. Ram says, you're wrong. Now that you've lost, can you give me a promise? And yes, of course. I love you more than myself. I can do anything for you. And he says, at the time of me being Prince Regent, can you ask these two boons? Can you banish me for 14 years? And can you ask that Bharat should be installed as the king? Kaikeyi was shocked. Kaikeyi was heartbroken. But she said, I love you, Ram, so much. I will do this for you. Even if this infamy comes to me, for your sake, I will do this for you. And when she goes back to Chitrakoot, Chitrakoot where Bharat is there, she in private tells you, I did a huge mistake. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you're Vishnu. I realize my mistake. Any other questions?
So, Shastra says a woman should be protected by the husband or father or the son, right? So, in the case of Sita, even Ram was not able to protect her. So, what is the dharma? You said the dharma is to follow the husband. When you know that the place is not safe for the women, is it dharma to follow husband?
Again, so it is based on time, place, circumstances. Again, Ram, it's not like Sita will never be without Ram. Ram and Sita are inseparable. The Sita, which was kidnapped by Ravan, is Chaya Sita.
I understand. Generally, I'm asking for a woman. Oh, husband is going. We know the place is not safe. Then the woman should not go.
Yes, again, if the husband is in distress, if he needs you, it's the duty of, again, I don't want to get into controversies. There's some common sense, right? We have to apply, but according to our Vedic culture, it's the duty of a wife to follow their husband.
If the husband is following Dharma, if the husband
even though it is not safe.
if the husband is Adharma, you can't follow.
But I heard in some lectures that in situations you have to apply, and then refrain from going, because at certain point even Lord Ram was not able to protect her.
But the husband will not say to come with me, right? The husband will not ask their wife to come. But here, Sita, and Sita is exalted. Sita is the fortune of goddess of fortune. We cannot compare ourselves to Ram and Sita.
Right. In general situations, I'm saying just because Sita went, we should not think.
We should not. No. But the dharma says that the wife should follow the husband, in a sense, not follow like literally follow to the forest, but follow their instructions.
Yeah, but if it's not safe, you have to refrain.
Follow to office. So does that mean Urmila didn't follow the dharma?
Again, how we look at it, Urmila's with the higher thing. Ram, Sita and Lakshman directly served Ram, but Urmila and Sumitra indirectly served Ram. Sumitra sacrificed her dharma so that her husband can be a good servant to Ram. Because if Sumitra goes, then he has to take care of her. So she's looking at the higher purpose, saying, your husband is devoted to Ram, and there should be no obstruction in his service. So I will not go.
So is that true that Urmila actually slept for 14 years?
Again, it's not there in Valmiki Ramayana. It is in different Ramayans. So, but it's not there in Valmiki Ramayana. There are more than 100 versions of Ramayana. So, because of the different kalpas and everything. So,
I just want to make a comment that the Katha was, it felt so real. Like in Kulshekara, he used to hear Katha just like while he was hearing, 2 times he was marching with his army to fight for Ram.
yes, yes. The Katha is real. It is real. If we read the Ramayana, if we read the books,
Many times what happens is we hear it as a past thing, it happened like that, but you told it like it
There's one comment. Uh, when Sita, Lakshmi actually, when Lord Vishnu lie on the bed of Anantashe, and Lakshmi always massages the feet of Lord Vishnu, and always Anantashe is looking at them, and see, Lakshmi was always thinking, oh, Anantashe is watching us. I don't have any intimate time with my husband all the time. All the time, I don't have any intimate association with my husband, but I want something to happen. That's the thing that happens. So that it's fulfilling many wishes in this Ramayana. So that Sita also goes out in the forest to be alone with him. Even Lakshman was there, Rashesh was there, but he leaves them on their own. He just be like a servant. Actually, this also to fulfill the desire, the intense desire of Lakshmi Devi.
okay, so we'll end here. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, राम सीता लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय।
Okay, we stand for Aarti now.